Hello, all you awesome humans, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Katt Dee, and we're here with the number 2 review of my Wheel of Disney Plus movie reviews. So if you are new to this and you just clicked on this because you were interested in the review of this particular movie, welcome to my channel. Basically what I do here is something I just started. Is I have a wheel here, and every week I spin the wheel 3 times for Disney Plus movies, and then I review those movies. On top of that, I also do regular movies from platforms such as Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime, which I just started, and I'll spin the wheel 3 times for that as well. And then those 6 movies will get reviewed throughout the week, from a week to 10 days from when I spin the wheel. So you guys saw my video yesterday to where I spun the wheel, and the very first movie I spun for Disney Plus was Newsies. So I watched the Newsies, and I'm just here to tell you my thoughts on it. So I took lots of notes because that's what I do. Anyway, so the Newsies was actually a movie that came out in 1992, but it was set in 1899. And something that I didn't know about it was actually based on events that really happened. Now, I'm sure obviously it was dramatized. These kids probably weren't really breaking out in song and dance in the middle of the road, but needless to say, Disney did add a spin to it. So it is a musical. Let me put that out there. And it's got some well-known people in it. It's got Christian Bale in it, who is one of our main people in the movie, and it's also got Robert Duvall. And then if you were an 80s baby like me, it had some other people that I recognized from when they were younger. It had David Moscow, who actually played young Josh in Big, which I loved Big. Big's a great movie. It's one I definitely would want to review. And it had Luke Edwards, which is from another movie. He played Jimmy Woods or something like that, in a movie called The Wizard, and he was the Wiz. So, and he was really, really good at a video game. And another, movie from the 80s, A Blast from the Past. And I saw those characters, and it was kind of nice to get back into that. It almost felt nostalgic for me, even though I'd never seen the movie. I can't believe I've never seen this movie because I really do love musicals. So the premise of the movie is basically you have these newsies, and the newsies, what they are is basically you have a whole bunch of underprivileged orphans or homeless kids, and they sell papers for this big newspaper company. They call them papes. You got to get used to that in the movie. Papes. How many papes did you sell? Anyway, sorry about the dog. Sorry for the interruption. The dogs were barking. So anyway, there's a set price, and they buy a certain amount of papers, and then they sell the papers to make a profit for themselves and a very minimal living that they could possibly make. So it gets to a point to where this paper company, the main gentleman, wants to make more money. So instead of cutting salary of the higher ups, such as himself, or any other logical way to cut costs on things, they up the price that they charge these newsies to sell their papers. Now, they're already barely making ends meet as it is. So obviously this sends a revolt through these children and this one main guy who starts it. And basically that's what the movie's about. It's really about not wanting to be pushed around by the big man, the big guy. Within that story is another story. You have the main character that Christian Bale plays, and his mother has died, and his father is incarcerated, and he fabricates what his life really is, and he tells everyone that he's going to San Antonio, I think it is, and that he's just waiting for his dad or his family to come get him, and everyone around him doesn't really know who he really is. And I hope that's not a spoiler. If it is, it doesn't really spoil anything in the movie. So he meets this other gentleman. So Christian Bale plays a gentleman named Jack. So Jack is our main guy, and then he befriends David, whose real name is David. Anyway, so the main plot point of this is basically David is not homeless, and he's not an orphan. He actually has a really loving family, a brother and a sister, and his dad actually got hurt at work, so he is selling papers to support his family while his dad is hurt. So Jack gets a glimpse into what having a real family is, and that's another uh, plot point within the movie. And I actually liked this part of the movie. I liked the whole family aspect. I could only imagine what someone like Jack would feel like if he saw, how a real family like interacted with one another. I'm really close to my family, and some of the songs in there was a really good song. I don't really remember the real name. Anyway, he sang a good song that really hit all the feel buttons. And it was talking about, basically family and wanting to be a part of family. So, plot devices and, using music and song to touch audience members is something that Disney does really well. Okay, so with that being said, that's what I liked about it. I did like some of the music. Um, and obviously I love lots of things that are based on are based on actual events. The problem I had is this movie put me to sleep. I'm not exaggerating. I was actually talking to my friend, and like 2 hours later I woke up and I texted him and I was like, so I fell asleep. And he said Newsies, so I guess it makes it snoozies, and he told me I could use that. So so I can see why people loved it, I guess. I don't think it's something that I would watch again. I'm glad that I watched it one time. I really did feel like I was back in that, like, when I was younger, in that whole, arena to where musicals were actually pretty big. Um, but I thought that I thought that some of the things that could have been more portrayed better were things such as the gentleman who ran the paper. I wish we got more into a glimpse of why he was as, cutthroat as he was. You get that towards the end. You kind of get a good scene where where obviously, towards the end where it was all wrapping up, you get a good scene of him and some of the characters. And it was the first time that I felt that I learned anything about him. And it's hard to stay team Newsies when you're trying to figure out what the other end of it, because if it's just big business and this is just, the little man versus big business, I understand that, but it's hard to connect to that. Um, Especially being an adult and having your own business and knowing that sometimes you have to make decisions that don't really they're not great for everybody, but they're not always with malintent either. So I would really have loved to know more about the backstory of, the villain and why he was the way that he is. Um, Another thing is I really didn't love the pace of it. Like I said, I loved musicals, but I thought there was too much music that was very similar. Like the pacing of the songs were the same. It was like very, like, what is it? West Side Story. Um I don't know. It wasn't for me. Like I said, if you like things that are based on real events, if you like things that have a little bit of a slower pace but have a really good, like, family element to it, you might really enjoy this. Or if you like seeing Christian Bale as a young kid and feeling young again, then you also might like it. Let me see what else I wrote. I said things that I thought were just okay were the pacing, the characters, and the villain aspect. And like I said, like, I did feel for Jack, but again, I really didn't connect to any of them. And it might be because there were so many. I think if I were to connect to any character, I really liked David's little brother, and he was really adorable. But other than that, what I said what I liked was I like the music, and I'm a sucker for musicals. That's literally what I wrote here. So I didn't have, I think I think it's more telling when you don't have a lot to say about a movie. Like I don't have a ton of negatives. It bored me. But I don't have a ton of positives either. Like I like musicals, and putting music in something obviously, made it, after I fell asleep, I woke back up and rewinded it back to where I had stopped. I did continue it, and I did finish it. And while it ended better than it started, um, it not one of my favorite movies, and I won't watch it again. But with that being said, I oh my gosh, it goes negative reviews are really hard for me. I love and my friend pointed out that it's okay to have like your own opinion, and it's okay not to like a movie. Please don't take it personally if I don't like something that you guys had mentioned to put on my wheel, or that you wanted to see me watch, or that you thought that I would love. Please do not take it personally. You guys, I promise you, you would not like everything that I like, and I would never hold it against you. So it's just my opinion. It is on Disney Plus, so if you want to watch it, go check out Newsies. Like I said, it was filmed in 1992. You can tell it was filmed in 1992. It is crazy how different movies are right now. Um, but other than that, you guys, I can't wait to review the last five for this week over the next couple days. I think that tomorrow will be a Name That Pop video, and then on Friday you'll definitely get another review, maybe two, depending on how it goes. But yeah, I'm Katt Dee, guys. Please make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you want. Please put suggestions on all of the videos for movies that you want me to review. This one's a Disney Plus movie, so please keep it to Disney Plus. If you want to put a movie that you want me to review from Hulu, Netflix, or Amazon Prime, put it in one of those videos so I keep them separate. And I'm writing them all in my book because I'm hoping at the end of the year, I think I'm going to rank all of the things that I watched because of you guys. And maybe I will do something for the person who recommended the most surprising movie that I fall in love with. I really want to do something really cool. So I am rating all of these. I'm sorry, I am almost positive. No, I am definitely positive Newsies will not be the winning movie. But I did enjoy watching it for the first time and the last time. I'm Katt Dee, guys. Bye.